I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM22. It's career mode. This is episode 33. We are at the Cadell Evans Great Ocean Road Race. The last of our kind of kick off the season races before we really start to get into the season proper in February. And fitness not fantastic for the team, so the resulting race day condition could have been better. There was actually a couple expected plus fives today. It didn't happen, but we are where we are. There's only one little hill, and this is it. We're going to go over this one little hill one more time on our way to the finish line here with these final 30k. I am, after this hill, going to start speeding up to make sure that we hold our position, but with 30k to go, we are going to sprint train this thing right on to the end, which means our guy naturally is Vandenberg. Vandenberg is 0 on the race day condition, but for this point in the season, that's not terrible. 78 sprint and acceleration, 74 resistance. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. The red bar is still there. It's maximized. The breakaway's already been caught, so we can cruise on for a handful more kilometers as we do see late break attempts from some of those Barrador types, classic rider types. 17k to go. I think we want to be in position before the hill, though. So as we approach it, I think now is a good time to set it up. We'll set it up a little early this time, but you can see the tempo's high. As for a lead out, is that McKellar and Mickles? Probably McKellar with the race day condition bonus. Right, Shagai didn't give us a whole lot. 13k to go. Bausch, what happened, buddy? Can't climb? Can't climb or something? Free go. Two riders off front, right there around the corner. No problem catching them. Sure, guy's gonna drop to the back. If he had a little more, I'd just give him a second turn. Okay, last little hill is now. And that's it for Frigo on to Bausch. Pithy ready. Frigo to the back. How are we looking? 7k now. I think we're looking pretty strong. 99 for Bausch. Wait for these guys to close gap. There's Pithy. There's Mickles. There's McKellar. Vandenberg caught way behind. We need to get Vandenberg into position. Come on. He doesn't even seem to be trying. Okay, Pithy, time to roll through. That was not good. That was not a good sequence at all, as Vandenberg missed out on all of that. Probably the little hill or something. 3k to go. This is get out in the open sprint territory. I think we're riding for McKellar. Vandenberg's way too far back. So McKellar it is. So Pithy right on. There you go. Leading out now Mickles. And there's that last little uphill swing. McKellar now pushing on. Meanwhile, Vandenberg, full sprint for you as well from further back. We'll keep an eye from here. McKellar could hang on to this thing, but he's got guys coming hard and fast. Can he lunge for the line and keep the lead? He does. McKellar takes the win. Vandenberg comes seemingly out of nowhere to get 5th place, and that's one thing I'm going to be looking forward to, is actually having some tempo. But we get the win, not with the right guy. But good job adapting when it was quite clear that Vandenberg was not in position, when he was well out of it. We switched it up, made it work. McKellar claims the win. Martinez sets off here, UAE Tour, 2 mountain stages and 1 basically prologue here. And Martinez getting off to the quick start, now settling in to a race tempo of 86. Vashek will be heading out soon. Martinez, our strongest climber, is probably our favorite for this one. However, he's not a time trialist. So we're looking at 68 time trial, 67 prologue. And with it, as short as it is almost fully prologue. So he is not going to get the best of times. In fact, he's still got some ground to make up energy consumption-wise, and he's already down to 8th place. Vashek should be a bit better off, but again, not a big climber. And the mountains are fairly lengthy, fairly tough, so I don't suspect Mark. He's got it settled here. And we get him 7th. 39 seconds down. That is some ground to make up, but it's not insurmountable. That's the thing we're going to kind of run into this year. Time trials, not going to be our friend. We are not strong in the time trial discipline yet. Punching, we're already there. We've had a lot of success already this season, both through the quick sim and through the live action. Sprints, we're definitely getting there as well. We've already had some success in that department. Mountain was a weakness for us last year. Mountain's better this year. Naturally, through progression, guys have leveled up. They have a couple more mountain points than what they had. And then, of course, the addition of Martinez, who is our best climber. That addition is definitely going to push us to another level. But we're not there still. Where we were just outside top 10 capability, I think we're now inside top 10 capability, but not by much. UAE is a great test for that, though, with just 2 finishing climbs, and we can kind of throw everything in on one guy and see how we can do. I know, with a +5, yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's a 75 prologue. 68, that's going to average to, maybe a 74. Bogley also setting off, but Bogley's not a climber, he's a puncher, so we'll let him run auto. But no, if he could, manage +5s, he's absolutely a contender for those 2 stages near the front. You see, running 87 the entire time, Bano still has energy to spare. Big difference in that rating. And we get him to the line, still only 22nd, 31 seconds down. +10 is only a 75. It's not great. It's just better. Bogley, though. 2K to go, and he's got energy to spare. Plenty of it. +4 for him. Oh, that's going to help. That's a 78 prologue, so we are looking really solid for Gonzalez. Could turn Gonzalez into the leader if he is far enough ahead of Martinez. Now, the first couple of stages were just sprint stages, so no time losses, nothing to worry about on those. Not worried about the position right now. Gonzalez 14th, 18 seconds down. Much better. Much more competitive time. So Bano, Gonzalez up there. Martinez, he's going to be about a minute down. That's a lot to recover on those last 2 stages. But thing about a prologue one like this, a minute's only a minute. Those climbs, you can see gaps much larger than that. So that ground can be made up. But when it comes down to that tiebreaker, you got 3 guys crossing the line together. He's going to be last of those 3 probably. McKellar, just a 0. He does get a +1 on that prologue, though. A little better off, but he's only a 72 mountain, so he's not going to factor in. So we've got 3 guys, and Gonzalez is the best placed following this one. Martinez very well might still be the leader. But it's probably going to be down to those 2, as Bano is a little bit further off, both as a climber and he's the one in between, right? He's still off of Gonzalez. Gonzalez has got the best time. Martinez has the best chance. So it's a combination of being kind of who's on the better race day condition tomorrow. Stage 4 and the first of 2 mountain stages. It is a pretty hefty climb, but we are in fantastic shape. Not only does Bano have a +2 and Gonzalez have a +2, but Martinez has a +5, and we were able to get a few guys on fitness peaks and objectives here, so it's not like we are completely out of the blue great race day condition here. It didn't come from nothing, but it is still better than expected. So it's a good day in the saddle for the team, and we'll see what we can do. But here's the thing. We are still completely unproven against the Ineos, Jumbo-Visma, UAE, Bahrain, Victoria's climbers. Totally unproven against them. So I am not going to suddenly go, hey, we're the favorites now, and sprint train climb this thing and try to leave the other teams behind. I still want to ride a defensive survival climb. And if we find that we're in great position late, then we make a move. But we're definitely not playing the role of favorites by any stretch of the imagination, even if our favorite guy has the best race day condition he's going to see all year. Inside 30K to go, and we are already on a gentle ascent as of right now. It's 1.5 degrees. It's not major. It's not major, but it's going up. Now we're starting to climb a little bit more as it fluctuates. The undulation, that is. 21K to go. Still have some water, but not much. McKellar's going to be the first one to come out on that, and that heart rate's already starting to climb. It is starting to climb noticeably. Tempo, part of that. Speaking of, we need to make sure we're holding position. We do not want to be drifting back, so we are going to set. I'll start with an 83. We have domestiques to support the stronger riders. They will go deep while those guys hold their position. They will go deep to protect them and use up their energy first. 17K to go, and now we are officially going up now that we've come out of that tunnel. Already exceeding 6. And blinking red, but we are holding position fairly well. Benoit is the furthest one back of the group, so we are maintaining near the front. Now 15K, McKellar. See, this one's hurting him pretty bad with the negative race day condition. Big time negative race day condition. -7 to the stamina resistance, -3 to his mountain rating. So McKellar, gel up early. He's not going to last too long like that. But everybody else has a positive +2 or better, which is fantastic. Now, he was protecting Martinez, so as soon as we see him dropping, Bogley does need to take over. In fact, let's make sure Bogley is on the wheel of Martinez. And McKellar is starting to fade out of that zone, so that is Bogley now. No! Ay. Rookie error. McKellar, he's done. He's going back. He'll slip back and kind of hang on as best he can, but he's not going to contribute anymore from there. Okay, Vashek and Panamar, the next to probably gel up here soon as we hit the 10K mark. And you can already see how much this is a bit of a struggle for us. The tempo that they are setting. We are holding the position, but our guys are falling off pretty quick. Even Martinez got tired. Martinez is, the group itself is not looking so hot with 9K to go, so hanging on is not going to be the easiest task for us going forward. But we are still in position, still bunched up. 8K to go. Peloton's down to 100, and we're all still here, though McKellar's going to fall out soon. And here comes the big push. This is where we want to respond. Bardet, Glug, Ayuso, Betrago, 3 out of 4. One guy, probably not as strong, but decent. This is where we respond to the attacks. Others will not necessarily pull it back. If you know this game, others will not pull this back. That is a given. Okay, Panamar starting the pursuit at 85, 7.5K to go. 5 riders getting away, and we setting our tempo. We'll be on to Vashek here momentarily. And now we're starting to see the field split up a bit more as Vashek takes over. Bogley needs to gel. Bano needs to gel here shortly. Here goes the favorites. Ghana in the yellow jersey right now. Actually going to work for Ineos as they are getting into position. And one by one, we drop our own guys. But now we're starting to get into higher ratings, so we're going to have a better tempo. Back together at the front. That's going to allow the pace to lift momentarily and allow us to get back into position slightly as Bugli has done. Bano, Gonzalez coming through. 3K to go. And on to Gonzalez. 83. Another attack at the front. Trying to not necessarily respond to that. Just trying to set up Martinez for final 2K as best we can. Get him as high a position as we can. We haven't even achieved a top 10 against these kind of guys, so we want to just be in position for that. Colioni. Let's follow Yates. Or not. Follow Colioni. He's leaving Yates behind. Oh, Yates now attacking. Martinez attacking for the line. McNulty's at the front. Yates is coming in. It's going to be a top 5. We're going to get a top 5 here. Not the favorite, not the strongest. Energy runs out right as we cross the line. 4th place. Great result. Great result. That's going to improve our position as there are time gaps right behind us. There's 4 or 5 riders in that next group. We've got 3 riders in that group. Gonzalez in the following group here alongside Bardet. Gonzalez climbing with Bardet. That's a good day. That is a good day. Bano might get same time as these guys. Top 20 just now finally crossing the line, and Bano in contact with that group. They all should probably be on same time. But with 5 minutes already gone, that 1 minute that Martinez had lost is long since been recovered. So he's moving way up the standings. But I don't know if he's moving into 4th. I don't think he will be. Not yet anyway. Top 10. Ouch on the not getting same time as Russell, even though he was behind, but only by 1 bike length. I mean, there was no gap between them, but he lost 3 seconds. Okay, fine. Still, he gains 10 on these 2 guys. He gains 20 seconds here, but he's got to get to a minute before he's really overtaking. So here's your minute, Bardet and Gonzalez. So he did cover the ground that we needed 2 Gonzalez, and that was what I was talking about. You can have that kind of gap pretty quick. There was a half minute between them. Now there's a half minute the opposite direction. Now remember, Filippo Ganna was the top time. Filippo Ganna did not finish at the top, so we are comparing to others. That will help our position. I'm guessing we're going to be about 10th place. Let's see where it is. 7th. Okay, up to 7th. And Gonzalez is 11th as well, so looking good on that part. McNulty is the race leader, half a minute ahead of Yates, who we just about kept up with there, and same with Russell. That was good. And we're into the top 10. Let's see if we can get another good race day condition. +3, +4. Might about do it. I do believe Martinez is one of my guys that is on the fitness peak, so he does have the objective. So +3-ish on the expected. If we can get something like a +3-ish on the expected, we might just hang on to a top 10. Here's the thing about entering the World Tour. You suddenly go from races are things you have a lot of time to prepare for and you can always pick your best team for them, to races come on top of each other. There's a lot of overlap. You had a lot of big races happening at the same time. So, meanwhile, our first sponsor objective of the year, it's only 1 star, but Omloop Het Nieuwsblad is definitely not a slouch of a race. It is not an epic one or anything, but it is a pretty big race on the calendar. We have 1 3-star sector right now, and then a bunch of 2 stars, but it does heat up at the end. And Hoggins, with the puncture, fortunately he recovers very quickly from that one and is off and moving back into his position. He is the one guy riding solo, by the way, and actually struggling to regain that position right now. 91K to go. We do need to send somebody to get water, after we go up this Wolvenberg, I think it's going to be the time to do that. Wondering if I want to send Huggins or somebody else. I think we have enough energy that we can send somebody else for it. We get a little hill, and then we get the 2-star sector, and we are fine. We are fine right now. So Crunch, go ahead. First appearance for Crunch here. Crunch was a hard choice for me, so we have that 1 rider per nation rule that we live by for this series, really adding to the challenge, because with the scouting now, in a sense, it's almost easier because you can see finer detail on what you have. But adding this challenge keeps it tough. Out of all of the riders that were coming available for this year, I looked through everyone, every last one of them. And what we had was a scenario that was left me with some difficult choices, right? We only signed 4 guys. We signed one of them because he was 5 stars here and now, Martinez, and helped us out. Helped us get into the World Tour. And he's already doing well, as he's, meanwhile over at the UAE Tour in the top 10. Something we have not done, right? Climbing wise. So that's mega. Here, we're seeing a different scenario. I have 3 other guys, right? One of them was a good prospect, but not elite. But I was lacking for choices because there was only 2 riders that I ended up signing that were big-time prospects, 5.5, 6-star kind of guys. Crunch is one of those. Now, Crunch is not great right now, but he's not bad. He's got a 76 mountain already. He's got 73 stamina. He's a good climber, 75 time trial. He is destined to be big, and he's not starting off poorly. But he's still got a ways to go yet. We need a bit more from him growth-wise, and we're going to get water one last time, and now's the time to do it. Even though we just got water, we're going to fill up again now, so we don't have to worry the rest of the race as it intensifies. But anyway, the reason why I was only able to sign 2 wasn't because I only found 2. But all the ones that I found besides 2 were from other nations that we already had riders in, so we couldn't sign them. Or, in the case of Crunch, there were 3 Slovenian riders. 3 of them that were 5.5-star overall potential. Breaking it down between the 3 was a hard choice because all 3 were great. All 3 would have been wonderful additions to our team. But I had to choose just one. Fortunately, we had space for a Slovenian rider, and Crunch was the guy we picked because he is set to be a Grand Tour leader. And with 76 mountain, 75 time trial, 73 stamina, and at his age, and with his potential, I think he might be going from domestique to something pretty big for us before long here, as we see a split in the field. Here we go for Mark Mikkels. He's 60 mountain. 60 mountain for Mikkels. I need for Mark to get in front of him, and then we need to try to make up some ground. We have a period of time here that we can probably make this happen. So for Mark, Mikkels to follow. We'll pick up Frigo as we go along the way too. Mark doesn't have a great cobble rating, even though he's pretty punchy. He is a domestique today. Really don't want to bring these 108 guys back in contact with the Peloton though, so I would much rather have for Mark go deep, just get to the front, get in position, as we're seeing another split Arietta and Vandenberg while I was back here. And now Huggins is alone in the Peloton. Mikkels. Come on, Mikkels. Don't lose that wheel. He is really not putting the effort in right now. Okay, we're going to be picking up Crunch as well, and Crunch will take over on the front of this as Arietta and Vandenberg are picked up. So now with 35, and I have 6 of them, I'm much more willing to bring 35 back in with the other 35 as it's the bulk of my team. Hoggins all alone as well, so still working from the back though, and we are nearly in position. There you go. Back 4 anyway are set, so let's pick up Frigo, then Vermark, and then Cronge. Now Cronge is going to need to accelerate here pretty hard and fast. There we go. Okay, we want Vandenberg. Again, not the best in the hills, mountains, but it's that cobble and that sprint capability that he has. Arietta is -4. Arietta is going to go right behind Cronge. And then Vandenberg. Actually, go to the back. We don't want to catch out Mikkels accidentally, because Vandenberg doesn't have the cobble, doesn't have the punchiness. Mikkels is a lot better. Mikkels is a better target for the day, but if it's all still together, which obviously it's not right now, but if it's together later, we're not far off. Hoggins struggling to hang on, which means that group is going pretty hard, pretty fast. Cronge push harder through here, as he's the one weakest cobbled guy in the group. And our group splits up. We left some of those riders behind. What, 15? 10, 15 of them? Arietta. Cronge, go ahead and drop to the back. Spring training style. We've got a ways now. We've got a ways to go until we have the next sector. So this is going to give us a real chance to get back into position in the near future. Likewise, other teams are trying to make a move right now. Arietta, speed things up on the climb. And we are about to bridge that gap, and we have bridged that gap. The group behind us also making contact as well. Arietta continue pushing forward to get us back into a frontal position here in the group. And then that'll allow us to get Hoggins as well. But we've got a breakaway to chase down. I feel like I'm in control now. Or do we want to just sit on with Vermark and Hoggins? Get here, Cronge. Get up there behind Vermark, and we can have him take over. Gap opening. Watch the time gap on the front. Okay, no, there are teams willing to chase. Let's let them. 101 now in the Peloton, back together. We weren't the only ones chasing. Arietta's done. Set him to auto. Ooh, could there be a gap behind us? For a second it looked like there was. 92 and Vermark is blinking red. Tempo's high. Riders are falling off, so yes, tempo is high. Again, blinking red with a 94 effort. 46. Peloton splits in half. On the flat. On the flat that happened. Cronge. Cronge is done though. The tempo is too high for him. Good thing I caught that before we had a real problem with the team. I was going to give him another turn in a little bit after he got in position. And by the time I checked to see if he's in position yet to give him that turn, he was just about out of energy. 44 at the front, no more break. They've been caught, 2 sectors to go. Cronge recovering a little, but he's going to help break that toe. Vermark pushing on the hill a little bit. We'll set up again in a moment. I just want to give that little acceleration. The field was split, now it's not. 50. He resplits the field. Gel up for him, gel up for Frigo. 4 guys for that final 22K. Vermark is going to set us up right before the climb. These are the 2 hardest sectors, and they are both on a climb. Vandenberg will be great after, but he's got to still be there. We don't know he's going to be there following these. I think one's a Cat 4 One's a Cat 3 for these cobbled sectors. So here we go, on a free go. Yeah, 4 stars. 4 stars. And we start right from the front. Grange is going to fall back. Mark is falling back. Vandenberg's feeling it. Nichols is feeling it. But they are still hanging in there. 1 sector to go. They can win a sprint. And now Vermark and Cronje have both been dropped. And we got 25 left in the front, and we largely had to do with that split. Vandenberg regains his position. He had lost a little bit of ground there. And here we go again. Frigo, 91. Only 3 stars. Not as long, not as hard. Looks like we are set for that sprint with Nichols and Vandenberg leading out, or Nichols leading out Vandenberg, Hagens and Frigo setting that up. One rider trying to attack, down to 20. Down to 17, plus 2. Van Aert and Sheffield. Vanderpool making the push, and you see why we've got to keep pushing on. Nichols, though, is not going to have enough left. 11k to go. Hagens is going to have to do the lead out. Gel. 10k to go. And it's going to be down to Hagens and Vandenberg here shortly, as these guys, best in the world, are making it difficult. $7k. Hagens has enough to lead this thing out. Van Aert still off the front, but not far enough. Not far enough, which means it's going to come down to a sprint, and Vandenberg is well placed. He's got a lead out rider, and he has got plenty of energy. This could go well. I think we're destined for a top 10, but how much better can we do? Top 5? Can we do better than that? I don't know if we can do better, but top 5 anyway. 17 and a lot of guys fading. 2k. Hagens getting that lead out in 2.1. He is coming up on the end. Vandenberg's going to have to go. Vandenberg's going to have to go now. He's got to go now. He's the first one off the line, but can he hang on? He's only a 79. He is not going to win. He is not going to win, but he's got himself a podium. It's third. It is third. We got third. Photo finish. So close to winning. Sagan comes across fourth. Van Aert fifth. It was Delay and Gourmet on top. Great result. Great result. Really happy. And it looks like I could have gone a fraction of a second earlier with Vandenberg, but, you know, marginally, 50 meters. I think we still timed that well. Not perfect, but, you know, 98%. That race was 98%. We are not quite strong enough to be really beating these guys, but, I mean, come on. Look at that top 10. The top 13. I mean, it's just nothing but talent. Nothing but talent on that list. And we got third. And 14th, 16th, and 17th. Heck of a race. Not quite done with the UAE Tour, but that's going to have to wait till next time, thanks to this interlude. That is a successful. We needed a top 10. First sponsor objective of the year. I do think we're going to be just fine on the sponsor objectives this year. And we're showing some really good signs right now. Late in the season, we showed glimpses of what could be. And we're starting to see that materialize here early this season as these guys have pushed on to that next level. We're not elite yet, but it's making us competitive with the elite riders, where we were not quite there midpoint last year. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.